ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. With the blessings of my parents, gurus, and the grace of the Almighty, I am glad to present here Sri Padmanabha Shatakam, composed in Sanskrit by Maharaja Swati Tirunal of erstwhile Travancore. The great Vedavyasa authored the legendary Srimad Bhagavatam in 18,000 shlokas, mainly to tell us the Krishna avatar and his glory, his grace, and his detachment. The Venerable Sri Melpattur Narayana Bhattatiri, an ardent devotee of Sri Guruvayurappan, condensed the Bhagavatam to just 1036 Sanskrit verses in his Narayaniyam with all its beauty, riches, uncompromised. Such a narration, we know, had the approval nod of Sri Guruvayurappan himself. In this context, the Padmanabha Shatakam of Maharaja Swati Tirunal is a minuscule version of the immeasurable Bhagavatam. It has mere 100 shlokas in 10 dashakams. By not diluting the bhakti philosophy imbibed in the original version of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Maharaja, who saw Krishna in his kingdom's presiding deity, Sri Ananta Padmanabha, poured out his heart to sing the praise of Lord Krishna. The outcome we have a scripture of ingenuity, poetry, and pure bhakti. In 1750, the then Maharaja Sri Martanda Varma submitted the kingdom of Travancore to Lord Padmanabha. He vowed that the royal family would rule the state only on behalf of the Lord, and he and his descendants would serve the kingdom as Padmanabha Dasa, or the servant of Lord Padmanabha, the quintessence of creation, protection, and destruction in the forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Since then, the name of every Travancore king was preceded by the title Padmanabha Dasa. Brahma emerges from the lotus flower originating from Padmanabha's navel, and below Shiva has the Lord's right hand on him, while Vishnu in the Ananta Shayana posture, reclining on Ananta, the king of serpents, Adishesha, in a meditative posture that only the all-pervasive Padmanabha could do. Interestingly, Padmanabha, the 48th Nama of Vishnu Sahasranamam, tells us of the Nabhi, where the lotus emerges to be the cause of this universe. Significantly, this expounds just as a child in the womb is connected to the mother through the navel cord, so an invisible cord that connects the universe to the Lord. The temple, recognized as one of the 108 Divya Deshams, is built in the unique Chera-style architecture, adorning the city Travancore. Maharaja Swati Tirunal was born in this pious dynasty and inherited the throne's legacy too. Therefore, there is no wonder that the Lord Padmanabha should have inspired him to see behind the statue the truth in the form of Lord Krishna. That the Maharaja, otherwise known as a celebrated Carnatic musician and composer, and authored more than 500 Carnatic songs, with all its nuances and elegance, could also script a scripture of devotion is a testimony to his pure love for the Lord. This is evident from a brief synopsis the author has included on the contents of the 10 dashakas in a couple of shlokas. I feel it is appropriate to narrate here the intensity of his love and feeling for the Lord that he touched the pinnacle of devotion to create such a wonderful scripture. The royal poet begins with a prayer to the deity longing for steadfast devotion. The poet applies the best of reason and substantiates his stand on the authenticities of Puranic stories. His conviction is well established that devotion is the means of attaining the higher goals of life. The Stotramrita summarizes the story of Bhagavatam to confirm the path of devotion. Through these nectarine verses, the composer urges us to remove our attachment to the material world and devote our time to the Supreme to attain true bhakti. By reciting these verses with Shraddha, purifies the mind and helps deepen our devotion to God to attain inner peace and happiness. May we be blessed to taste the Stotramala and receive the divine blessings. May our love for Sri Mahavishnu and his avatars grow deeper and deeper day by day, which can awaken the soul to eternal knowledge and bliss. With humble pranams and deep gratitude to Sri Padmanabha and the royal family, I feel blessed to dedicate my rendering and happy to remain a dust at the feet of Lord Padmanabha. In the service of the Lord, Lakshmi Ramachandran.